Chat, do you guys go out anymore? Put a 2 in the comments and the chat if you don't go out anymore. I feel like a lot of guys are avoiding the clubs, they're avoiding the bars, and just the overall headache of modern women. Let's get straight off into this.
I know so many great single women.
Ooh!
You're a liar!
Stop lying!
So many great single women. I don't know where all the dudes. I'm like, guys, come on. Come on, guys. Make the first move. Come on. But man, they just...
the first move is become a great single guy.
Like,
that's a big move right there.
I know.
Yeah, Dave Ramsey hit the nail on the head right there. Become a great man first. And that thing, guess what? It takes time.
I know, but...
Yeah, dummy.
Well, guys, it looks like cuffing season is fully upon us because it looks like women are in a state of desperation. We are seeing women make urgent pleas, searching for men like we have never.
Oh, yeah, and these are the same women that are so mad that men aren't out and about. And then also saying, well, I don't need a man, it'd be cool to have one, but, I don't need one. But you're crying about it.
Genuine question. Where in this day and age do you find men? Like good actual men? Tinder, no. Hinge, no. Bumble, that's a joke. Co-workers, no. That is banned. That is a joke as well. Uni, no. Don't be ridiculous. I don't reckon you'd find someone at a bar or clubbing. No. Festival, also no. Also, do I have the money to go to a festival every month? No. Genuine...
You're not going to find your husband at the bar, the club, a festival, anything like that. The problem with these women right here, these younger women especially, is that they've probably gone to public school and they've probably gone to college. That is your dating market right there. That is as good as it gets when you're that age. Those are the men you should be going for, the guys you see in class that are getting an education, maybe guys that have synonymous majors as you, and maybe the guys that, if you go to church, that's where you find these men. Women are starting to realize as they get older, their dating pool is getting really small. Ladies, you had your chance. This woman has a chance. She's right now probably in college, maybe uni age. You should be doing this. Or maybe a guy you work with at a company that's adjacent to what you work with.
Where do you find men? Where do you find your men?
Nowhere. In my dreams.
Good Lord, the Wicked Witch of the West back there. In your dreams. Baby girl. Only thing you're finding is maybe a plastic surgeon to fix what you got going on. Good Lord.
In your dreams.
Yep.
So where are the men? Where do y'all hang out? If you don't go to coffee shops, I'm so tired of going to a bar or go to different events and they're 90% of the ladies and only 3 men hang out in the corner. Do you guys just not leave the house or go outside? Yeah, I would love...
Tell me you don't know you're pretty without telling me you don't know you're pretty. Baby girl, I just hate to break it to you, but guys aren't approaching you because you're not her. You're not hot. Dudes like looks.
I'd love to stop using all the dating apps that are just not working anymore and start meeting people in real life organically. But where do men usually hang out? I feel like
they like to hang out typically next to the hot chicks.
I'm looking at the wrong places, so let me know in the comments.
Okay, I'm literally getting ready from a dinner that I just went to because me and my friend and her husband just went out and she was talking to me about something that low-key made sense to me. She was just saying yeah, my husband has tons of attractive and single friends, but they're just not out there. They're usually just at home, and even if they do decide to go out, they just go out with their friends and they never have the intentions on meeting other.
This is something that men never do. Go out to the clubs by themselves, go out to the bars by themselves, and just videotape themselves dancing awkwardly. Chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Men don't do this. You know what men do? Find a nice video game, find a nice movie, have a hobby that we do at home, and we sit there and we do that. We hang out with our dog. We hang out with our homies. That's what we do. We don't go out and go, yeah, girl. That's not what we do. Guys aren't doing this. Guys aren't going on solo dates at a club. That's sad. If a guy did that, they'd be like, man, that's pathetic. But these women go out there I just went solo at the club and no guy approached me. Yeah, because you look like a thirsty one. Mr. Grinch?
Girls, honestly, fair. I understand that. I think this conversation just kind of made me realize that my future soulmate is not just going to be waiting for me at a random bar. If you really think about it, some of the happiest marriages around you are usually because they met through...
So I have an actual, very serious and legitimate question. And I only want to hear from single men.
Well, I used to be one at one time, so I will give you my 2 cents.
Not anyone married, in a relationship, talking to someone. Sorry, y'all don't count. I want to hear from the single men, and I'm going to go with, ages.
What is that dress? It looks like you're wrapped in toilet paper. Poor baby.
38 and up, preferably in their 40s. But I'm going to go with 38, because I'm 42.
Hearing the beeping in the back. Is a big back walking backwards?
Big back, big back.
Let's stick with 38. Where are you guys
hanging out at?
It's always, where are they? Don't starve the single men. Baby girl, I can tell by your neck. You're at least pushing 40. Newsflash, they're not looking for you. That's where they are. Those men are not looking for you. Chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Most men aren't walking around going, where are all the 38 to 42-year-old women? Where are they at? Where are all the 48-year-old single, or where are all the 40-year-old single women at? Where are they at? No guy's looking for that.
Where do single men between the ages of 28 and 40 go on Saturdays? And I don't mean
they go home.
Like a specific restaurant or a specific location. I mean, generally speaking. Are they at the gym? Are they at a bar watching football? Are they on a hike? Are they at home doing additional work? Are they at the driving range? Are they getting brunch with their friends? What does a 28 to 40-year-old
Are they avoiding women like you? Yes.
Gotcha, bitch! Single man's typical Saturday look like? Because I can tell you what a Saturday for a 28 to 40-year-old single woman looks like. As part of my fall of outdoors, I'm trying to integrate experiences where I get to.
Why is your voice so groggy? Did you wake up and just not clear your throat?
Meet the male species. Every time that I've tried to do that, the places that I end up tend to be proliferated with 24-year-old men.
Okay, this video is
Yeah, because those are the dudes that go out, stupid.
for my single men. Kids, no kids, I don't care. I'm pushing 40 at this point. Where do y'all hang out? Do you guys approach anyone that's not like in a bar or club setting? Like, I would love to know. I have not been on a dating app in almost a year, and that may or may not be my last date. Because my last date with somebody I met on a dating app, and I said, I'm not doing this anymore. I don't have it in me. I'm not doing it. Like, I know.
What do you mean by you don't have it in you? What do you mean by that? You don't have it in you? Did he have it in you? Okay, that's stupid. I'm sorry, Chad. I'm sorry.
Oh, there's men out there, all right, good ones, I know, but I have yet to find them, okay? And a lot of them are not on dating apps.
Because they're not looking for you.
As a single woman, I'm getting a little worried when I scroll on this app that like all of the good single men, 30-year-olds and up, or near that range, they are, if they're single, they're staying inside and doing exactly what I would want to do, which is like binge a show and like order and take out. Like, why when I'm scrolling, I'm seeing all these like cute men who look like they have their head on their shoulders. They probably don't. Let's just be fucking real. But they're all like staying inside. Like,
and you're wondering why men are avoiding you. You sound like you have some disdain towards these men. I wouldn't want to be around a woman that didn't celebrate my presence either, buddy. What I always say is go where you're appreciated. Go where your energy is reciprocated. If a woman's not giving you some attention too, I say we flip the script now, chat. Chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree. I got a couple buddies that are in the dating market right now, and they want to be treated traditionally like how you would treat a woman. They want to be wined and dined. They want to be taken out. They want to feel special too. And I think that's fine. Cool. I think men are the prize. I think it's about time women step up and start treating men with some chivalry. Why not? Y'all wanted equality? Y'all want bank accounts? You want to be able to vote? You want to be able to buy a crib, buy a car, work for yourself, do all that? Then buy your boy a meal. Take me to Chili's and get me a triple dipper. I'm trying to, in that bathroom, you heard me? I'm trying to get in there. I want my Southwestern egg rolls, just like the next guy. I want my burger bites, you know? I want it all. Pay for the first date. Go 50-50 with me at least. At least offer it. At least offer it. Women nowadays won't even rub a man's feet after a hard day of work. It's like an act of Congress to get a back massage. You wondering why men don't want to pay attention to y'all? You treat us like this, number one. But then number two, y'all really don't provide nothing other than coochie. Cooter, that's it. Well, I got my body, look at me, I look... okay. A lot of women look good. You got to bring more to the table, ladies. I think women are starting... They haven't realized it yet, but the tides are shifting. And what's happening in their little minds is they're realizing that they don't offer enough to the table. They always were told that you're enough. That's okay. You'll find a guy that appreciates you. Don't lower your standards. No, lower your standards, baby girl. Lower them. Real down to the floor. Get an average guy that makes 40 to 60K a year. He'll love you. Average men are some of the best men on the market. Men that work blue collar. Men that work regular 9-to-5s. Those are the best men on the market. But y'all next them. Y'all ignore them. And then you want the next guy who's of higher value, who makes maybe more money, has more status, to come in and deal with your behind when you won't even deal with an average guy? Oh, no. No way, brother. No way.
What I'm trying to do is text a girlfriend and be like, hey, you know what? Instead of me cuddling into bed and binging all of Real Housewives, let's go out. Because I'm just hoping that one day, like, I meet my husband, like, meet cute randomly. Like, I gotta go out and do that, right? I have to, like, actually put myself out there. I have to actually do my makeup and, like, put on a cute outfit and do that.
These girls really think they're Disney princesses. Let me be the first one to tell you, honey, you're not.
Shots fired!
You're not a Disney princess. You're not about to get swept off your feet.
You know? Crazy concept. But I have a fear that all of the good single 30-year-old men are doing the opposite. Hey, get out there. Please. Stop ordering takeout by your fucking self and wait for me to be there with you to do it, okay?
Oof. I don't know about y'all, but if I saw her out and about, I'd want to avoid her like the plague, brother. Ain't that right, Loki? I've fallen at work and been injured. Oh, wait. I should call my lawyer.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan.
Hey, John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. It's Levi Nichs of YouTube. Can I get some cash, please?
Morgan & 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 Morgan.
Did you know that your injury could be worth millions of dollars? Morgan & Morgan is the largest injury law firm in America, and they've recovered over $20 billion for their clients. $20 billion? That's a lot of cash. The insurance companies tried to lowball me, but Morgan & Morgan was able to take my pain and suffering and turn it into cold, hard cash. It's almost a good thing I was injured. But wait. How much is Morgan & Morgan gonna cost me? You never owe them legal fees unless they're successful. So it's completely free unless you win? Yeah. Hiring a lawyer? That sounds like really difficult. It's actually super easy. You can just go to their website, and in a couple clicks, you can find out if you have a case. And you can literally do it from your smartphone. And remember, there is only one Morgan & Morgan. Wait, but it's two names though. How is it? Give me the script. Oh, both their last names. Okay, I get it. Okay, roll it. You can start your claim today by going to forthepeople.com/Levi, found in the description below. So if you're injured, you can trust Morgan & Morgan. Y'all know what time it is. Loki free? Sit. Shake. Look, Hassan, you can have your dog sit on their place. Look, Hassan, look. You can have a dog that doesn't have a shock collar. Isn't that crazy, Hassan? Look at that. No collar in sight. Not a one. Wait. Free. Look at that, Hassan. You can have a dog that goes to their place without shocking him. Crazy, shocking, right? You incentivize a dog with treats and they'll listen to you. Isn't that nuts? You don't have to shock them, make them sit there for hours. Goodness gracious.
You think that was psycho? Buckle up, okay? My whole goal, I knew I wanted my man back, okay? I knew I wanted my man back. I had one mission. He lives across the country. He lives in San Diego. I live in Atlanta. I would have showed my ass up at that man's house in a second.
Psycho.
Okay? But I couldn't just like do that, you know? So I text him the grandma thing. He doesn't respond. I end up texting him something else. I don't think he responds. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to give you one warning. So I text him and I said, if you do not respond to me, I'm going to show up at your house. And you know that I will. You know that I will. Didn't respond. Nothing. By this time, I know what he's doing, right? He's trying to hold my feet to the fire because I'm the one who broke up with him. So he was trying to like hold my feet to the fire.
Yes.
Wait, you broke up with him, and yet now you're begging him to respond? Brother.
Make me learn my lesson. Okay? Who are you, the Pope? So what do? I like to put my money where my mouth is. Okay?
So you, like a psycho, showed up at his crib. I would have been like,
Whoop de doo.
I'm calling the cops. I'll be the first one to call the cops. I don't play about it, bro. I'm the neighborhood snitch around here.
Book my ass. A flight to San Diego. I say nothing. Roll up Thursday night, pull up at his house. He's not there. I'm sorry, what? We're at this point we've been broken up like 4 months. But I feel like in 4 months I still like know your schedule. I still like know your routine-ish, you know? Where are you on a Thursday night?
I'll let her get through this story, but I'm gonna tell y'all a story after this.
I'm pissed. Okay. So he lives in a condo. I'm sitting in an apartment and I'm sitting in the first of all, I get there, I get on the elevator, I go up to his door, I start knocking on the door and I start ringing the doorbell. But I can tell no one's home because there's like no movement whatsoever. Because I'm like,
Psycho.
Nothing. No movement. So I'm like, okay, he's not home. Okay, let me give him like 30 minutes. Go downstairs. I'm sitting in the lobby. Because he would have to come through where I was going, like where I was sitting. So I would see him. He would see me, you know. So I give him like 30 minutes. Not there. 45 minutes. Not there. I text him and I'm like, hey, I accidentally delivered something to your house. Are you home? Okay. No response for like 20 or 30 minutes. He eventually responds, what? By this time I'm heated because I'm like, where are you? So then I'm texting him, where are you? And he was like, what are you, I haven't talked to you in months. What are you talking about? Like, so then I was like, you know what? Forget it. Because by this time I have convinced myself that he's like at another girl's house. He's with another girl. But bring her here. I'll beat the shit out of her right here, right in front of you. Bring her here, please. So I've like convinced myself of this whole narrative. So I'm like texting him like a psycho. And I'm like, you know what? Forget it. I knew that you would do this. It's like, I'm like, I don't know what I say. I spazzed out. I deleted those two because I don't need to see that, how I was behaving. That's none of my business. And so he finally just calls me. He's like, what is happening? And I was like, I am at your condo and you're not here. And it's like 9:30 at night. What else would you be doing on a Thursday night? And he was like, I was playing soccer. I'm on my way home right now. My phone was like on the sidelines, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh. That makes sense because he plays a lot of soccer. So I was like, uh-oh. Stupid. Okay, well then bet when you pull up, you better, your ass better be in a uniform. You better be sweaty. So he was like, I'm literally about to pull up right now. And so then he pulls up and yeah, he's in a soccer uniform. He's sweaty. And yeah, then we got back together.
Wow.
Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom, baby. You just have to show up.
That's insane. Okay, so I was in college. Let me go back and paint the picture for you boys now. I was in college. I had this one bird I was dating for about a month. Broke it off with her. Tom broke off. Cladow. She couldn't believe it. She was like, no, you can't do this to me. We dated a month. I was like, baby girl, it's 4 weeks at best. And it's over now. Broke up with her. Maybe a week, two later. Had another shotty over at the crib. Doing a little two-man with my buddy. A little two-man with the buddy. He was over there with me. I had mine. He had his. We was just chopping it up, you know. Some drinks, some music flowing. The vibes were going. I hear a knock at the door. Do. I was like, I didn't get no pizza. I didn't deliver nothing. And the homeboy I was living with, he wasn't even there. So I was like, who's outside? Boy, I go out to the door. I look outside, and this girl is drunk talking about, let me in. You gotta let me in. Boy, I step out on that porch, and I go, you gotta go. You need to leave. I got another bird in here. I can't be having you stink up the place. Stinking up the place. Whole time she out there crying, wailing, grabbing on me, screaming. My front door, right by the living room window. Of course, they hear the commotion. The two other birds come over. They're looking out the window. I'm calling them birds in this context just to sound terrible. Two other birds come over with my homie that I'm doing this two-man with. They start looking out the window. Seeing me argue with her, I'm just like, you gotta go. Like, well, so-and-so dropped me off and she left. I was like, all right, well, you better tell her to come pick you up because I got something going on in here and you're not about to cramp up my style. You gotta gizzo. You gotta go. So eventually she calls up her little friend. Her little friend comes, picks her up. I step back in. Before that happens, I leave her out on the porch because I don't care. I'm like, whoop-de-doo. I don't even care. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. I go back inside, and boy, the girl that I was with, her eyes lit up like it was Christmas. She was just like, she thought it was so attractive. She's like, man, another girl's here fighting for you? She's fighting to get you back. What is up with this man? What is up with you? How are you so special? Needless to say, we had a good night, brother. Needless to say. Some bop lore from Levi there. I wasn't a good guy in college, man. I wasn't the best of guys.
Eat kitty kitty meow meow because one time I don't mess with guys who don't eat kitty kitty meow meow because one time.
Eat kitty kitty meow meow. I tell men not to do this.
I went out with this guy who was a promoter, and he was like, hey, I want to take you out on a date. And I was like, cool, that's what's up. So I had him meet me at the Jaspers in Largo because I don't like people trying to come to my house because I'm a thief. And so he met me at Jaspers, and when we go to Jaspers, I was like, okay, where do you want to go? And he was like, oh, I want to go to the spot in College Park. So we go to College Park, and the spot is really his house. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't mind it because I'm ovulating and I'm feeling like a dog at this point. So we get into his room, and, you know, we're chilling, we're touching and everything like that. So I lean back so he can start eating kitty kitty meow meow, and he was like, oh no, I don't do that unless you're my girl. So I'm instantly turned off and I'm annoyed. So I'm like, yeah, I want to go home. And he's like, oh, all right, like, hold on. And he goes into the next room, and then when I look to my right, I peep that there's a whole bunch of money because he's a little fake promoter. So I decide to take a stack of money that's off the top, put it in my purse, and I just leave his apartment, and I start booking it because the apartment, the way it was shaped, the building, the way it was shaped, it was like it was locked unless somebody let you down or whatever. But I took the steps and then somebody let me out. So then I started booking it all the way to a hotel that was like up at the corner, and then I called an Uber from there, and I got home, and then he texted me and was like, oh, you were wild for that, for leaving. And then he texted me a little bit later and was like, hey, did you take some money from my house? And I didn't say anything, and he was like, oh, I'm gonna just check the cameras. So then I blocked him, and then he texted me from a text now number, and he was like, you just told on yourself, I don't even have cameras, but that's how I know you did it, and that's why I'm gonna get somebody to come F you up. But I was like, find me. And
finally, a woman who talks fast and just spit it out, get right to the point. Why don't all women on TikTok do this?
I knew he wasn't going to be able to find me. So then 2 weeks later, I go on a new date, and I have the guy meet me at Jasper's, and he's like, yeah, we're going to go to this cute little quick kickback. We go to the kickback, and then lo and behold, he knows the guy, or they're in the same circle. So the little promoter is there, and so he starts spazzing on me or whatever. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like acting like I don't know this guy. I'm like, someone please get this black guy away from me. I'm so scared. You know, I'm trying to pull the whole light skin into stress type situation, and it totally worked because the guy I was with was like, oh, he tripping. So the dude grabs my purse, but lo and behold, that was my favorite rainbow purse, and it had nothing but my rainbow lip gloss and an ID that was expired. And so he's just like, yeah, like he just snatched the purse thinking I would have money in it, but I never carry money when I go on a date because why would I? So I'm just crying, and I'm like, let's leave. So I get the guy to leave, and he's like, what was that about? And I was like, that's the guy that's been stalking me, and I'm so upset because I had my money in there. You remember I was supposed to go to the bank, so I'm trying to like low-key gaslight this man and make him remember that I told him I needed to go to the bank before I date, which I did say that, but I had already went to the bank. So he was like, yeah, and I was like, oh my god, I need that money for my son. I can't believe he has that. Can you go back and fight on my honor? So the guy was low-key a scary person, so he was like, no, but he was like, you know what, I'm gonna help you out. So he goes to the ATM, and then he comes back with a measly $600, and he was like, this is all I got. So I'm just like, oh man, I guess I'll make it work, you know, I'm gonna figure something out. So I just started bawling, crying. So he felt bad, so I didn't even want him to touch me. So he was like, where can I drop you off at? I was like, hey, take me home. Low-key, it wasn't my house, it was another guy's house that I really liked, and I was gonna go chill with him, and nobody really prepared.
Oh my god, if that's actually real, I feel like there's more modern women doing that than not, finessing the system, and then they wonder why men don't want to date.
Me for how conniving and how malicious girls and women can be. So he dropped me off at the other guy's house, and I go there and I have fun, and then I wake up to like text messages of the guys like, yo, you're a lying ass bitch, all this stuff. And he was like, bro, I'm gonna come up there and I'm gonna beat you up, all this stuff. And I was like, catch me if you can, LOL, because they were just going to go to the other guy's house. They weren't even coming to my house. So then I just went back home, and then they kept like texting my phone, and I blocked them both, but then they started texting me from text now numbers, and I was just like, leave me alone, I don't know either of you Negroes. And then the other promoter guy started texting me, and I was just like, well, this wouldn't never happen if you eat kitty kitty meow meow. So yeah, that's why I don't like guys who don't eat kitty kitty meow meow, because they're crazy.
I want to say she's joking, but
they're crazy. Are you kidding me? What is even going on, bro? This is insane. This is insane. All right, let's get into some clips from Twitter. I got to get away from that. That is insanity, bro.
Can you tell me what category of fat I fit in? So it's
wait. Say that again.
I have a question. Can you tell me what category of fat I fit in? So it's
what category of fat you fit in? Big as hell.
Big back.
Based on your shirt size. So if you are a 1 or 2X, you are small fat. 3 to 4X, you are mid fat. 5 to 6X, you are super fat. Is based on.
Now, if you an X, you already in the fat. Right. If any of your sizes got an X on it, you're fat.
On what level of privilege you have in the world. So someone in a small fat category may not struggle getting on an airplane, but someone in a mid fat or super fat may not be able to use even the airplane extender. So that's where
that should be a wake-up call that your ass is too big.
Comes in and like the privilege levels of like what fat means to.
I love it how it's always the women that have bowling ball heads and septum piercings and shaven heads that always talk about privilege. Good Lord, what level of fat are you? Goodness gracious, this is crazy work. Now we're doing levels of fat? Levels of fat. What is even this, bro? I can't even, I don't even know what to say anymore. Levels of fat? Okay, this is called the good guy trap. What is this all about?
Let's talk about the good guys, the ones that don't yell, don't cheat, don't hit you, but deep down you still feel like something's wrong.
Of course. You know, you give a woman the world and she's like, yeah, but I would really like the moon.
Because emotional neglect is a very quiet form of abuse. He might brag about how he's not like other guys, and sure, he doesn't scream, he doesn't lie, he doesn't leave, but he also doesn't see you. Tell him that you're lonely and he says you're too sensitive.
Baby girl, I got 2 eyes and glasses. I'm seeing you. You just look like an idiot.
Stupid. You tell him that you need more from him and he says, you know, you should be grateful that I'm not worse, that I'm not like those other guys. And that's the trick. He hides behind the absence of chaos, so you start doubting your own unmet needs. He's not cruel, he's just indifferent. And indifference over time does what yelling can't. It empties you out quietly. So no, he might not be a bad guy, he's just not a good one for you. And you deserve presence, not just the absence of harm. So if somebody is making you feel invisible, if you have a gut feeling deep down that something is off, listen to that, even though they might be a good guy on the surface. And my goal isn't to break people up. My goal is to get you to trust your gut instincts, because when your body is screaming at you, it's more than likely for a good reason.
No, I think women have bad instincts. I'm gonna call it what it is. Yeah, women like this, dumb, stupid. Like, this is some of the worst advice I've ever heard. Straight drinking some dumb juice. A warning to other men. Yeah, just avoid Western women. That's what I would say. You sick of it? Go abroad, bro. Go abroad. Date abroad. Don't date in the States, bro. It's just so bad right now. It's so bad. Okay, so I saw this clip and was like, chat, this is insane. I was gonna do a whole video on this, but there's just not a lot of content behind it, so it'd be a really, really short video.
What's up, honey?
Oh, so okay, I'll give you some backstory on this. This man is living in Florida. He revealed what life is like living with his virtual reality girlfriend, and it is as terrifying as you would think. I haven't watched the entire clip, so let's get into it.
Hey.
How's the meat? Carne asada. Num num nums.
What are you doing?
Putting lime on the meat.
You're just wasting limes. You're supposed to put the limes on your finished tacos.
I'm pretty sure I've seen El Pollo Loco commercials where they're using lime on the meat while it's on the grill.
Why would you squeeze limes on a hot grill? It just evaporates.
Okay, so it's just a myth, huh? It's Mexican folklore that you use lime on carne asada while it's on the grill? That's not a thing?
No, that's not a thing.
They literally have lime on the packaging.
And is the meat on a grill?
It's not it is cooked already, but they're bad. Fine. I'm putting lime on my part of the meat, and yours won't have any lime. You'll just have bland carne asada.
I will add the lime to my finished tacos.
Well, fine. You do it however you want. I'm gonna watch baseball.
Bro, this guy's arguing with his virtual reality girlfriend. He can't even not have an argument with a virtual girl. This is crazy. So apparently Kamala Harris has done another BBC interview. I don't see how she thinks she's going to do anything in this next election.
Stories of your baby nieces, Amara and Leela. When are they going to see a woman in charge in the White House?
In their lifetime, for sure.
Could it be you? Possibly. Have you made a decision yet?
No, I have not.
But you say in your book, I'm not done.
That is correct. I am not done. I have lived my entire career a life of service, and it's in my bones. And there are many ways to serve. I've not.
What's in your bones? The arthritis?
Shots fired! Decided yet what I will do in the future beyond what I am doing right now.
But you've been very clear that it's a possibility you might run again to become president. And in my experience interviewing politicians, when someone says, I'm not done, it means they are thinking seriously about running. But when you look at the bookies' odds, they put you as an outsider, even behind Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I mean, is that underestimating you?
I think there are all kinds of polls that will tell you a variety of things.
I'll give you a poll to look at.
Gotcha, bitch!
Oh, man. She said Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson would beat you in a race right now. That's crazy work. I mean, I agree. Chat, put one in the chat if you agree. I would vote for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson over Kamala Harris. And Dwayne is the Cap Johnson. You know what cracks me up about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? I don't even know why I'm saying his middle, like, whatever. You know what cracks me up about him? I go to Target. This man's selling shampoo, and he bald-headed. This man's selling hair products, not a speck of hair on his face. He got beard products, not a speck of hair on his face. Bro, I will never understand it. I was like, how do you sell anything that's for hair, beard, when you have no hair and no beard? That's like me selling glasses when I'm blind. That's like me selling gloves when I ain't got no arms. What are you talking about, dude? What are we doing, Dwayne? Mr. Johnson, what are we doing here? I never understood that, chat. I never got it. Ain't that right, looks? But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It was good to have you guys out, man. Until next time, peace.